fire burn and cauldron bubble, round about this cauldron guild, in the poison entrails throw. Swelter venom sleeping gut, boil valve in this trauma pot, huggles and hagadash and eyes of a crow. All the power is mine and all that you know.
Fans! Oh my gosh, Halloween has always been my favorite holiday since like childbirth. Every single Friday night in October, Winter and I dedicate our nights to bad horror movie nights, where we indulge in our guilty pleasure of watching the baddest of all the bad horror movies that are anything and everything except actually scary. So, I'm gonna take you back to a particular special Halloween when Travis was away in Europe, leaving us house sitting for him. This was the first time that we ever invited the Marcy over to our bad horror movie nights. Oh my god, it's over there. It just needs to...
Kelly, is that you? Are you okay?
Yes, Nora's dead.
Is it over?
No, there's like 8 minutes left of the movie.
I mean, the scary scene.
I don't see why you're scared of this. I mean, there's no blood, which is either A, genius, or B, they had no budget for special effects.
Or it's C, nobody cares.
Winter, this girl always reminds me of your cousin.
She looks nothing like Constance.
Some of her mannerisms are similar, though.
Not anymore. Neck break.
I love how they have her corpse stare back at her sister.
Well, Marcy isn't going to be able to sleep tonight.
Drink a beer and take a Valium. You'll sleep like a baby.
Marcy, if you're so scared of horror films, why come over?
My self-help book says I should face my fears.
Try reading The Man with One Coat in the Closet.
I've never heard of it.
Yeah, it's a great read before bed.
The Man with One Coat in the Closet.
That book is about a man who gets possessed by an entity and then slaughters children.
Don't read The Man with One Coat in the Closet.
Best part coming up.
We have 3 bodies down. We need an ambulance quick. 10-4. What's your name?
Mira? I don't understand how you two can enjoy this demon possession stuff.
Because then it would be a Lifetime movie. Ugh.
I'm happy to be staying over because I definitely cannot go home by myself right now.
Get out.
Winter, stop scaring the Marcy.
I can watch zombie movies all day and not have them faze me, but once they add that ethereal element in the mix, my fear factor kicks in. Marcy plus demon possession movie equals insomnia.
Horror films in general don't bother me, but those slasher films with the big deformed killer are my fear factor when I'm by myself. Especially when I'm home alone. It's like I can feel him everywhere in the house. So when I get up to go to the bathroom or get a drink of water, I creep behind every little corner. And I make sure that the living Terminator doesn't come out and kill me! Why don't I watch those films when I'm by myself?
Pretty scary stuff. One time, I made the mistake of watching The Exorcist on regular TV. I thought it'd be no big deal, but I was gravely mistaken.
Marcy.
Sorry, it's just that when that movie was over, I couldn't get that voice out of my head. I even tried watching Downton Abbey to help, but I just kept hearing that deep demon groan in another room. Sorry, it's just, I couldn't get it out of my head. I even tried to turn on all the lights in my house, but I couldn't find anything.
So what did you do?
Nothing. It was Sunday, and I had to work early the next day, so I forced myself to sleep. But I couldn't, so I left the bathroom light to make myself feel better. I closed my eyes, but quickly opened them to make sure a possessed little girl wasn't standing at the foot of my bed. It took so long to fall asleep.
When did you finally fall asleep?
Tuesday.
You two are scared of the dumbest stuff.
How can you say that?
You're afraid of some big hulking guy ready to massacre you while you're home alone.
I'm creative. I can't help it if I get scared from slasher films.
I mean, what are the possibilities that a giant deformed guy is gonna wait in a room until you're home alone to kill you?
Okay, Friday the 13th, part 2. Jason hunts down the girl who killed his mom.
How many moms with deformed sons have you killed this year?
Well,
I mean, do you just stake these women out? You go to parks and be like, hey, is that your kid over there that's a little bit, stab.
what are you then, impervious to fear?
Yeah, are you saying that when you're alone, your imagination doesn't get the best of you?
Oh. I fear a great deal when I'm alone.
What?
Those investigation shows where the serial killer isn't caught until 20 years after his first kill.
But you watch those shows all the time.
And when I'm alone, all I can think of when I'm walking around the house is if a killer is watching me, waiting for the right moment to strike.
Are you serious?
Yes, I am. And I fear that he'll sneak in undetected and hide in a closet, waiting for me to become vulnerable and attack.
I'm getting chills.
I imagine when I'm ready to shower or doing the dishes, the sounds of running water will mask his footsteps.
How do you deal with that fear?
When I get so scared, my demeanor changes. I turn off all the lights and I grab it.
Oh my god! Why would you do that, especially if you think there's a killer in the house?
Seriously, Winter, what if I was coming home? Then you could stab me.
Do you come home and leave all the lights off?
No.
Well then,
Okay, good point.
as I was saying, I walk around the house in the dark, waiting for the killer to make his move. And that's when I stab him. Only I find out he doesn't feel pain. And he's really strong. Like if Bill Bixby had Hulk strength.
Odd reference, but go on.
During the struggle, Veruca drives up to the house, and the lights from her car flash over the room that we're in, causing him to flee the house. All that's left is a pool of blood on the floor. You come in and ask me, what's this red liquid on the floor? I tell you it's wine.
Wait a minute. I asked you that last week.
I go to the police. I give them the bloody knife, and I try my best to describe to them the killer. But he was wearing a ski mask. Days later, the cops call me and tell me that the attacker's DNA is a similar match to my blood. And that's not all they have to tell me. They also say that the attacker was not a man, but my twin sister. They proceed to tell me that they found records of my twin in an insane asylum that burned down. They described her as cold and remorseless, making her the perfect killer. No trace of her body was ever found. Good night, ladies.
Being scared is one of life's oldest emotions. You know, we get scared when we're running late to work, or when we forget to study for a test, or when you find out that your best friend has a psycho killer twin sister. I'm not over that one yet.
Winter?
Winter?
Stephanie?
Winter, you gotta Henry, she's not real. She's not real. Please don't be real, God. Now, fear can be looked at as a flaw, but it can also be looked at as a bonding experience. I couldn't have said it better myself, Paige. That's right, Henry. That's why we like to be scared in groups. It gives us a chance to be vulnerable with one another. Nobody likes to go to haunted houses by themselves. We like to scare each other as much as we like to be scared. Oh, look, I can be really scary. Look at this. And what better way to express myself than to create a whole agency dedicated to fighting the horrors of the universe? That's why I created Entium in the horror genre, so I could live Halloween year-round.